Hello, welcome to another video, and you join me here on the ground in Prague on the next leg of our Euros tour. And if we take a look outside, it's quite an overcast day. We have got an EasyJet here just about to go off. What we'll do is we'll wait outside the aircraft and we'll watch that one go. And then we'll be heading south to Split. We're going to take a southerly track all the way down into Split. We will be on Vatsim. It's looking fairly quiet at the moment down in Split, but they have got an event starting in a little while, so it's likely to get a lot busier. So I'm just watching this EasyJet, seeing if it's going to take off. It isn't an injected aircraft, so that should be a Vatsim, but it doesn't seem to be doing too much at the moment, so I think what we'll do is we'll leave that and we'll keep checking. So without further ado, let's go into the cockpit and let's get things started. Now, if you're new to flight sim or you're just working out how to fly the A320, that could be the 320 Neo, fly-by-wire, or indeed the Phoenix A320, which this one is, just follow the flows. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but it works for me and it'll get you up into the air, and that's the main thing, getting you flying. Just check and see where that... let's have another quick look. Nope, still holding. I don't really want to sit. Oh, that's why. There's another one coming in, look. It's getting quite exciting, actually. It's getting busy in Prague. Oops. Yeah, there's one coming in, so I think he's just hanging fire until that one arrives. I'm now just looking just to see, have we got Prague Centre on? No, there isn't, but yeah, he's coming in. He's going to get quite busy, actually. Yeah, EasyJet. Go to Charles de Gaulle. Let's go to Charles de Gaulle. We've got one coming in, which we saw. That's coming in from Austria. We see it coming up there. Quite exciting. And there's another EasyJet just pushing back here. So let's get started anyway. As I said, follow what we do, and it should get you up in the air in absolutely no time at all. I'm not saying this is the correct way, but it is the way that works for me. So first of all, let's get the battery 1 on, battery 2 on, and let's get the external power because that's available, and let's turn our strobes on. Seatbelt signs, no smoking signs, on the emergency exits, lights. Get a bit light up here. I'm going to put some heat in the cargo, and as ever, white lights off. And we come up here top left, and we've got to align our ideas. This is the system that tells the aircraft where it is in the world. Without this, you are going to struggle on your autopilot. So remember, it's 1, 2, 3. So it's left, right, left to nav. So left, right, middle for nav. And that's it for up here. Just going to take a check, see where we are. It's getting closer. What's going on with there? Look, Jet 2, nose up. Interesting. There are some odd graphical glitches. It's still doing it. Look, it's rocking. That's interesting. Never mind. It is actually on the ground here. I did check earlier, and there is definitely on the ground Jet 2, so I'm not quite sure, if I'm honest, what's going on. Never mind. So it's coming in, you can see it. We'll watch this one land before we then finish our setup. So we've done the overhead. I mean, that's all we need to do at the moment on the overhead. We won't do anything extra. We'll just let this one come in and land. Here we go. Is he going to manage a touchdown? Oh, he hasn't even got landing gear down, has he? Oh, that was a sudden drop. There we go. A bit of a bounce. I think that's just the graphics rather than the aircraft. And he's on the ground. No landing gear, mind you, but he is down. Interesting. And then we've got an EasyJet, and that should now be... there we go. Going to line up and wait. Okay, so back into the electronic flight bag. Go to the Phoenix. Tap to import from SimBrief. So it should just bring our flight. There we go. So Prague to Split. 14:30 off, 16:10 on the ground, so about an hour and 40 minutes down to Split. Ground services, I'm going to turn off our chocks and cones, toggle the jetway, mass and balance. Let's load the aircraft and we'll do 9 minutes. We should find that jetway toggling. Not going to worry about it too much. Should now be loading anyway. The aircraft is loading. Okay. Here we go, look. There he goes. Just gearing up. See if we can watch him take off. It's taking a while. We may give up on this in a minute. I'm not going to spend all our time waiting for someone to take off. He is on Vatsim. He's definitely meant to be here. There he goes, winding up, look. Easy 27 Mike Tango. There we go. Let's see if we can get him taken off. Should start to rotate about now, anytime now. There we go, rotating. And he's up, look. He's up and away. Fantastic. Right, let's get in. No more delays now. We have got, there's the Jet 2. Whoops, there's the Jet 2. Look, now lining up. Okay, so we've got done that. Let's go into our MCDU. MCDU menu, ATSU. AOC menu, flight init. And then we hit the init data request. And this will bring in our data from SimBrief. So our flight number, departure, destination, alternate, and estimated time. There we go, 1 hour 14 minutes. That won't be right, believe me. Never is. Let's go to init. Init request again. Now it'll bring through most of the data. Won't bring it all, but it'll bring through most of it. There we go. So flight number, Speedbird. That's our call sign actually. Flight number is BA74 Bravo. Cost index today is, it's a 34. It's quite an expensive flight. 34. We are going to be cruising at flight level 370, so 37,000 feet. So it's going to be pretty cold up there. Hit the right arrow to init B. Zero fuel weight. All of this is on SimBrief planning. We have got a video on how to plan using SimBrief. If you want to see that, hit the top right. You should be able to see it. So let's go 59.2. I'm just going to put the forward slash and nothing after it because we haven't got our centre of gravity yet. Block fuel today, let's go 6.8 tons, and then go into our flight plan. So LKPR, which is Prague, we are going to be departing runway 24, and we're going to be on the VOS 4 Alpha. VOS 4 Alpha departure, which we'll take a proper look at in a minute. We insert that. There's all the waypoints on the VOS 4 Alpha, which will take us south. Now we will have a flight plan discontinuity in here because we haven't put our arrival in. So our arrival is, it's a Zulu 05 Zulu, ILS Zulu 05, and then we can insert that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come up here, and as we always say, let's go to our EFIS, turn it to the plan mode. And then we can see our flight plan. And just zoom out enough so you've got your nav display and your MCDU, so you can scroll through and see whether that flight makes sense. So that's us coming out of Prague, and then we'll make a left turn. Let's just check that. That's us then heading south. Looks okay so far. Now we've got a discontinuity there. Let's just clear that if we can. Okay, that's it. Let's continue. Ooh, now that is a bit of a sharp turn there, but I think we've got to take it. F105. Right, we capture the ILS at 8.6. What's the other waypoint we've got after that then? FI05. So what I'm looking at is our plan here, because we'll be coming in from Chemix. Well, we should be coming in from Chemix, but we're not, because we're coming in from Herbal. That's interesting. FI05. Now I can't even see it on there. Have I got the right ILS Zulu? I did put Zulu, didn't I? Well, it says 2,800 feet, so that's where we'll be. 401, 2,800 feet. So we'll make sure we get down in time. So that looks good. Let's go back into here. And let's go performance. So this is our takeoff performance. Now this is done for us by the Phoenix. So let's go back into our electronic flight bag, little down arrow here, and then this one. So runway today for us is 24. It is dry. Sync the load sheet, sync the weather. So that's the good thing, we don't have to do anything here, it'll do it for us. Just remember though, we need the QNH of 1004. We're going to make a note of all of this data. Right, so V1 is 149, rotate is 149, V2 is 152, transition altitude we'll get in a second, thrust out 2160, flaps 2 / down 0.1, and flex to temp is 66 degrees. Where are we with our loading just while we're in here? Let's just go and check that. 140, so we're still getting on, that's fine. Back in here, and we just transfer all of that data exactly as it was. So 149, 149, V2 is 152, 152. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Now, Phoenix doesn't do a bad job actually of calculating 2158. It's actually 2160, so it's only 2 out, but let's put the correct one, 2160. And we'll do the same 2160 for our engine out. And flaps we know is 2 / down 0.1. Flex to temp is 66. And that's us. Okay. Let's come back up here to the FCU. Now, what did we say that was? Boarding's now complete, which is handy, and typically as it's complete, and we now get the gate, but never mind. Let's just go back to QNH. What was the QNH? 1004. Right, so 1004. And we're going to go straight up, because if we look at our charts, we've got VNAV enabled, so it will stick to any constraints, but there are no constraints. It says initial climb clearance is 5,000 feet, but there isn't any ATC on. So we will just manage it ourselves. So we will go straight for our climb up to our cruising altitude of flight level 370. If ATC comes online between now and then, well, we will make those changes. And we'll stick to the initial climb of 5,000 feet until we're told otherwise by ATC. So 37,000 feet. I think we don't typically look. Never mind. Let's go back to the Phoenix. Ground services. Aircraft is loaded, and it's this number here, 31.6. Come back in here to our init B page. / 31.6. And that's it. We're all ready to go. 6.7 tons of fuel, which matches our flight planning. That gives us just a little bit of extra should we need it at the other end. Let's put this back into arc mode. All fully aligned, looking good. I am just going to get rid of this jetway because it's going to do my head in if it just sits there. Ground services. Jetway can now go. Let's connect the tug. I'm going to go back up here. We didn't turn the APU on, which was really stupid of us. Turn the APU on. This should have been done when we were up in the overhead the first time round. Couple of seconds. There we go. Got to give that a few minutes now to kick in. That was really silly. Really silly, but we got time. We're not supposed to be off till past, so we're making good time. Let's just take a look outside. Jetway's gone. Pushback is ready. We've got one going off here, look. So let's tune our radios. 122.8 because we're on Vatsim. Oops. 122.8. Okay, so that's another one on the ground. We'll go on call in a second, just to let them know what our plans are. We've got 5 on the ground, including us. While we're here, let's put turn predictive wind shear on. Oops. Let's turn on our TACA so everyone knows where we are. Okay, so let's just check the back. Are we now getting... So we've fired up the APU, we can see the exhaust fumes. That should have been done at the beginning, my mistake, never mind. Up we come, turn on APU bleed, turn off external power. Really important, come back in here and make sure you disconnect the GPU, otherwise you'll find yourself flying with it. Happened once or twice and it's not fun. There we go, disconnected. So we've now just got the pushback tug. Okay, so up here what we did was we turned on our APU bleed. That was done deliberately because that sends the air from the APU to the main engines to get them started. You won't start without that. So we'll put a call out and then we'll start our pushback. Yeah, Prague traffic, Speedbird 74 Bravo, stand gate 24, pushing back. Okay. All we've done is just let them know that we're at the stand and we're going to push back. So we go to start and I turn off this, moving slowly, turn off the handbrake. There we go. Come down here. Starter ignition. Engine 2. What's that about? There we go. Went at idle. It's fine, it's all good. Now we can start our turn now. Should have probably started a little bit sooner than we did, but never mind. That's the engine going. Let's turn on our beacon. Nav and logo lights. Should have done that before as well. Yeah, we're turning nicely. We'll stop in a second. Let's do stop now actually. Stop. See it slowing down. He says stop. Apply your brake. Disconnect the tug. There's one taking off, look, just in front of us. It's a Lufthansa.
Traffic.
Well, yeah. There you go. Lufthansa just taking off. Right. So engine 1 has started nicely. Let's start engine 2. Sorry, engine 2 started nicely. Let's start engine 1. And while we wait for that, let's come into the MCDU because we've got a company message, which is probably our load sheet. Yep, let's accept both our load sheets. Let's accept that one. Let's accept the second one. Hold good. Here the engine's kicking up, which is really good. We've just got to wait now, wait for the engines. What I will do is I will come back up to the overhead, because while that's kicking in, let's get the lights. Wing light. When we turn off, taxi. Let's put those to off. Ready. Everything else all good. ECAM at the moment, all green, no blue. Available, so we can now turn off our APU. Let's turn off the bleed. Turn off the APU. Engine cool. I think we're good to taxi. Just let that kick in. Okay, so taxiing. Let's bring this across. You can see where we are. We've turned into Bravo here. So what we'll do is we'll probably taxi down Zulu, Tango and Alpha. So we'll come down Zulu, Tango, hold at Alpha, and then we'll be off. So let's get rid of that. Prague traffic, speedbird 74 Bravo, taxiing Zulu, Tango, Alpha for runway 24. Okay, parking brake off. Let's give it a little power, and we should then start moving, which we are. So while we're moving, what we'll do, we'll come down here, let's arm spoilers, speed brake max, flaps to 2, put our ignition switch back off, okay, so we need to come down here, which is Zulu. Just nice and steady, no rush. Now we go to the end of here, and then we'll take, looks like we're going to take Tango, looking at the charts. It's very quiet. We're not expecting to see any other aircraft join us at this moment in time. So while we're waiting, let's just do a takeoff test. All green, no blue. Okay, just got to make sure. There's a lot of us now on the ground. There's nobody coming in to land, and there's just me taxiing, so we're good. So this is Alpha 1, just passing here on the left. It's a bit of a slow taxi. Let's put a bit more power in this. Pick up a little bit of speed. Don't need to taxi that slowly. We're going to take this turn here, which is Tango. Make sure there's no aircraft. We're all good. And we'll hold at Alpha. And I'm not going to give a call out for that. It's very quiet. There's nobody else about. Everyone else is either just arrived or is prepping for departure. So let's stop here. Let's go up to the landing lights. Let's put them on. Landing lights on. All good. okay. There's a lot of crunching. Nothing coming in. We're okay. Nothing to bother us. Yeah, Prague traffic's good, but 74 Bravo taking off runway 24. There we go. Just a quick check right. Nothing else coming in. All good. Let's get ourselves up on the runway. And we have had issues with the Phoenix and its steering. It don't know if you put it on max nose wheel to the left, you get a lot of oversteer. So we're just going to take this one really carefully just to line ourselves up. And there we go. As soon as we're straightened up, let's put the power on. And we're off. Full power. Powered up. $100. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Let's turn autopilot on. Autopilot set. Just waiting for that feet. Yep. Back to thrust climb. Here we go. We're off. We are off. Right. I could do with a bit of light in here. Don't like the mottled light. Let's come up. Let's make sure that dome light is on. No, it's not, of course, because we've just taken off. It is now, so we can see a little bit better what we're doing. And we're now departing Prague on our way down to Split in. Where is Split? That's a great question. Croatia. But, haha, typical. Typical. So, who's just come online then? Looks like we've got some coverage on the way. Adria Radar has just come online. Flaps start retracting. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Auto brake off. Ground spoilers disarmed. Leave the line. So what we do is we leave our lights on until we get to 10,000 feet. We'll turn off the seatbelt signs and the lights at that point. Looks like our next. Looks like it's Adria Radar Central. Q&H can now go to standard. Oops, pull, not push. To standard. There we go, as we pass the transition altitude of 5,000 feet, we're going to continue climbing now steadily up to flight level 370. Just coming through flight level 063. Now, confession time. This is the second time of me trying to record this. I did try and do another flight to a different airport, admittedly. Had to do a go around. The wind was awful. Did a go around. I thought this is going to make a really good video. Until the frames went and I just got stutters galore. Not sure what happened. I'm using quite a high-end machine, but it was awful and I crashed basically. Not the system, me. So yeah, we're starting again. Not the best, but never mind. Right. So we're starting our left turn on our standard instrument departure now. I'm going to just show you very quickly. We've turned at Papa Romeo 402, now making our way now to Papa Romeo 403, where we'll make a slight left turn on a heading of 122 degrees to 404, and then 117 degrees to the Voz VOR, and from Voz VOR we'll make a more southerly track down, as you'll see here. So from Voz, more southerly down onto our waypoints, making our way down into Split. And what I'm going to do is, while we're here, well, that's all going well so far, let's tune in 1330. Oops, wrong way. So that is the Adriatic Radar, and it looks like they're online currently. There's nobody else in between. Nothing in between that I can see, so the next radio call that we will have will be with Adriatic Radar. I'm hoping that we'll be on the ground before the start of Adriatic training, because there is Adriatic training on today. Let's just check. Yeah, 15. We'll be there about 20 minutes before the Adriatic training. So, yeah, quite pleased about that, because it is going to get busy down in Split. Anyway, there you go. Beautiful sight. Sorry if you saw that, I'm just taking a quick snap. Quick snap for thumbnails, because you never know when you might need the pictures for the thumbnails. So again, just a quick snap. Yeah, and we're on our way. So this is the next leg of our Euros tour. Remember, we're trying to visit all of the European countries and their dependencies over the coming months, and we're also trying to hit 777 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us. You can then find out where we're up to, what we're up to, and get involved in some of our, hopefully, live streams, and also our group flights. We're looking to do some group flights, and don't forget, you can also join our Discord, Speedbird Sim Deck. Come and join the chat and the community over there. And if there's anything else that you would like to see us do, or you want us to cover any particular topics, just put a note in the comment section below, and we'll see what we can do. You know, let's learn together. Like I say, this is just the way I do it. It seems to work. So we're continuing climbing. Just going through now flight level 1774370. Making our way away from this horrible weather front that seems to be right the way across Europe at the moment. As we pass over Austria, we'll find that the clouds should break away. Actually, we're going to come south. The Czech Republic is crystal clear, which is what we're seeing in front of us now. We're seeing that cloud clear, and then it builds again just as we get to Upper Austria. But as we come out the south of Austria, cross over into the Adriatic, we start to get clear skies, and it's beautiful and clear currently in Split. So while that's all happening, let's go back into our MCDU and let's just look where our top of descent will be. There's our top of climb, 1452, so around 1522. So after Nidlo, 1522 will be our top of descent, and it's at that point we then start to descend. Now we will probably at that point be getting vectored, because Adriatic Radar is online, so I would imagine that at 1522 we'll probably get told when to descend and where to descend to, but just in case we don't, top of descent 1522. So just to make sure that we keep ahead of everything, let's do our arrival performance. I think it's really important just to be just on top of it. Now we're expecting ILS 05, we're expecting it to be good. Let's apply the METAR. Landing weight is 62.5 tonnes, we're expecting 62.5. I've just taken that from the flight plan. Low auto brake, let's go medium auto brake for this one. Let's have a look actually at the runway. If I just bring that across here, so the runway itself is 2,550 metres, which you can see there. Unfortunately, you do have to turn and then track back. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just the way it is. So, that's saying we're going to need 1,500 metres. Well, we're not going to come off at Bravo. We may as well just go low. May as well go low auto brake. Now, important weather information that we do need is here as well. This may change, so we do need to keep checking it. 120 at 6 knots, 13 degrees, 1015 hectopascals. Let's come in here, go to our performance page, and then we'll take a look at our arrival. So QNH, local QNH is 1015. Temperature currently is 13. Again, that may change before we arrive. 120 at 6. Transition altitude, flight level 100. We will check that the closer we get. Now, ILS Zulu. We need to make a decision here. Now, make a cat. Okay, we'll go for 430. We put 430 into the radio, so 430. That's our minimums. We will get a call out at 5:30 to say 100 above. That just is a warning, just to say you've got 100 feet before you need to make a decision as to whether you're going around or not. And actually, it'd be relevant here, especially after earlier. So climb straight ahead. So we have to climb straight ahead till D0.8. After passing through runway 05, so we've got to pass through runway 05, and then at the top of runway we turn right at maximum of 185 knots, climbing on track 133, and at D7.0 IST intercept and follow 133 to the hum NDB, climb to 5,000 feet and hold. So we will have to go to the hum and hold there until we are given further instructions. I am praying we don't have to worry about it, but we did earlier. The winds were horrendous. It was gusting, but we've only got a 6 here at the moment, and there is nothing on the split currently, so I am fairly confident. Oh, and here we go. We're just going to make our left turn. Oops. Clouds below us. We will start to see that cloud thinning out. Yeah, let's see where we get. Looking clean at the moment. I've come through 10,000 feet, of course, so what we can also do is come up here, all the lights off. We leave the beacon, the strobe and the nav lights on, and we can turn off the seatbelt signs. We should be able to see that. Got no memos at all good, and we're almost at cruise altitude, 10,000 feet off cruise altitude. Flight level 370 is what we're targeting today. Again, I'm just going to grab a quick picture of that. Done. Okay. Some couple of planes flying into Germany. They're having some chat on the Vatsim text. They're extremely close to each other, and they're both flying into the same airport. So one of them's going to have to enter a hold, I suspect. got, we'll hopefully come through this. Just got to keep an eye on the temperatures, because what we don't want is freezing. Can't see anything now. Did we turn our TCAS on? I'm sure we did. Yep, TCAS is on. Squawking 2000. We will get, what will happen is the closer we get, as soon as we enter Adriatic Radar, they will give us a squawk code. So, Adria Radar. Just checking, see if they've got an estimated time of how long they're going to be online. Is that 1:30? There we go. Adria Centra. Top-down coverage. No, he's not interested. He's not offering top-down coverage of split, so that's okay. That's fine. We're still climbing nicely. Another 7,000 feet to go, and we'll be there. And there we go. On our way, in the next leg of our Euros tour. I just hope and pray that what we don't get is exactly what we had last time, where we ended up with a big crash due to frames per second just going mental. I've never seen anything like that. Stutters and all sorts. I'm running a 3080 with an i9-10, 10th gen. But anyway, there we go. Not had problems before. That was the first time I've ever had that, and it was an Asobo modelled aircraft, so it could airport. Sorry, so it could well be that had something to do with it. I don't know. I don't seem to have problems on any of the others. Still climbing. Just gone through flight level 320, heading for 370. So it's looking good so far. Just keep that steady. Actually, we're making good time, because we said we'd be off the ground at past, and I think we're off just slightly before. We're now crossing over into Austrian airspace. Austrian airspace is not on, so we're not covered there, so don't have to worry too much. I wonder. Let's just tune this one to 133. If we can listen to both, really. This is VHF2. Oops. We'll see. Oh, it's 130, not 131. Won't hear anything on that. Ah, okay, that's good. We can hear it. Oh dear, someone's off. Enjoy the view. So it's just useful. We'll listen as we get closer. It's just useful, just so you can keep tabs on what's going on and how busy their airspace is. We are, so we've got both standbys tuned to 130.0. So if we need to, we can tune in the closer we get. We're okay at the moment. We're coming up to our cruising altitude of flight level 370. Not anticipating any issues, so I'm going to stay exactly as we are. No other coverage on Vatsim, so we're absolutely fine there as well. And it doesn't look as though we've got anything in our way either. Just look and see if there's anything else on its way to Split, but it doesn't look as though we've got anything at all, which is good. So we're going to go down to Croatia on the Adriatic coast. Never been before. I'd like to go. I'd like to go to a few places really on the Adriatic, and also I know it's not the Adriatic, but I'd like to go visit Ljubljana in Slovenia. It's supposed to be a beautiful place to visit. Anyway, where next? Where should we go next on our Euros tour? Let us know. Let us know in the comments below, or we may put a poll up. Who knows, it could be your choice where we head to next. So we'll be on the ground in Split, so it'll definitely be from Split. That's where we'll be going from, but it's where to next. Remember, we've done the Scandinavian countries, we've done some of the Baltic states, not all. We've still got Lithuania to visit. We haven't been to Poland, we haven't been to Belarus, we've not been to Ukraine. So we do still have some options up there. We haven't visited France, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Italy, either. Greece, not been there yet either. So let us know in the comments below, where should we head to next. And if you look in the description of this video, you'll be able to see all of the places that we have visited, including Vegar in the Faroe Islands. That was an absolutely stunning arrival. We caught that really well. Really well. So just coming up to top of climb, as you can see, it's just coming in now. So if we just go down here, look, that little blue up arrow, that's going to be the top of our climb there. So once we get to there, that's when we've achieved the top of our climb. You can see there's a heck of a crosswind, 91 knots across. So our heading is 175 degrees, but our track across the ground is actually 164 degrees. But we're having to face to the right because the wind is so strong, 91 knots of wind. That is huge, but it does start to settle. The further south you go, it is settling. Right, let's just go into the electronic flight bag very quickly. Let's come back into Phoenix. Let's go to my flight. I'm going to just keep an eye on the METAR, so our arrival. Is there any Vatsim? No, it's not online, so let's just go METAR. So, Split on the 15th at 14:30 Zulu time, so when it was last updated. We're just going to keep a note of that. 14:30, just written that down. Wind 120 at 6 knots. Visibility is okay. We've got some varying in the wind, but anyway, that should be okay. Temperature plus 13, QNH 1015. So the wind is varying from 090 to 150, but there's no significant gusts. It's 6 knots at the minute. If anything changes, we will keep an eye. We just update it by clicking that button there. So at the moment, we are fully configured in terms of the MCDU for our arrival. Now we're now just over Austria. We're into Austrian airspace, making our way south, and we will shortly be entering into the Adriatic radar zone. Little bit to go yet. Anticipating being on the ground. Let's have a look. Is it still saying? What's it saying? 1540. 1540, and the time is currently 14:53 in the sim. So we'll be looking at around 50 minutes on the ground, and that's providing there are no issues between now and then. So the Adria Radar is interesting because it actually starts to take the cover as you enter Slovenian airspace from Austrian airspace. We should then get a call up. And we'll pass over Croatia, just crossing briefly the corner of Bosnia-Herzegovina on our way down into Split in Croatia again. Likely to be a few bits of turbulence on the way. As you can see now, we're just starting to get a few thermals hit us, but not anticipating anything too safely. It's beautiful up here. We have just passed into another weather front below us, and to the side of us if you look, but look at that weather below us. That is quite significant weather down there. I'm glad we're not flying through it, going over the top of it. That's just currently sat over Austria. It doesn't seem to be breaking up much either. And while we're here, let's say a big thank you to our latest subscribers, Alison Johnson and Learn with Lou. Thank you both for your support. Really appreciate it. And don't forget, if you want to join us, keep up to date on where we're going, just hit that subscribe button and join us on our target. We're aiming for 777 subscribers. Once we hit 50, we'll probably do another live stream. And don't forget, join our Discord for Speedbird Sim Deck. Get involved in the community, and hopefully we can do some group flying in the not so distant future. Okay, we're about halfway there now. Just coming up to halfway. Expecting top of descent to be around about 15:22, so just under 30 minutes from now we should be on top of descent, by which time I anticipate us being in Adriatic radar airspace, or Adria Radar. And we should be on the ground just before the split training session takes place. So there is a split training session today, which is going to be very, very busy. It's fine coming out, but coming back in, because it's a single runway and it's got track back on the runway, you have to be ready for takeoff before you commence your track back. And obviously some people, if they're new to Vatsim, they may not be. So it does pose a few problems for those coming into land and those also taking off. But at the minute, it looks quiet. There's a couple on the ground, and I think potentially one or two coming into land, but same as ourselves really. I think we've got one right above us. It's either above us or below us, I can't see which. Actually, if it's above us, it's got to be I think he's up there. He's way up there. Well away from us. Not having to worry about that, that's for certain. Now we're coming over Austria now. Not a lot of snow about. Not a lot of snow at all. Plenty of cloud though. So making our way down to Nidlo. Nidlo is the next waypoint. Probably about 42 miles away, 42 nautical miles away from Nidlo. And then shortly after that, we'll cross into Slovenian airspace, which is covered by Adria Radar. Those clouds are looking good. I just tweaked a couple of my settings. The clouds are looking an awful lot better than they did. So I'm pleased with that. It's good. Really good. You can see down there actually, you see how angry those clouds look. And there's a real band of angry cloud just sat right the way across the middle of Europe. It's interesting. So as I said earlier, slight confession. This is the second time today of trying to record a flight. We did try to do Prague into Germany, and I was trying to do Cologne actually. And the wind, the crosswind was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous, gusting, and ended up with a go around. Not a problem, thought it'd make a really good video. Started the go around, and then I just got stutters, and then the whole thing it was unflyable because of the level of stuttering that I was getting, and it just went from coming into land to being nose down on the runway and crashed. So not sure what happened there, but anyway, there you go. It is what it is, so we're going to try again. Let's just see and hope we get this one right. Okay, just going to go back in here and just switch the radio, just in readiness, because it's not long and we will be entering into. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's covering a fair bit actually. I mean, it is a top down, so we may get fully vectored into split. We'll have to wait and see. He's got quite a few aircraft in his airspace though. That's for certain. It is busy. So estimate time of arrival 15:30. That's if you look on the overlay, it's saying 15:30. That's generous. There we go. So how far off top of descent are we? Quite a way. There's top of descent. So not long and we'll be in their airspace, so we'll get ready. Yeah, still not quite there. We'll probably get a beep from him just to say contact me. But we're not quite in his airspace yet. I am watching and we're not there yet. Whoa. That's interesting. So he's just telling people to set their squawk. KLM just got into his airspace, which isn't far from us. Okay. Let's just put it on here, ready. We may get a direct, you never know. but I will call him up in a sec. Yeah, just entering his airspace now, I think. Don't want to call him up too early because you do end up getting a bit of a slap wrist. Let's have a look where we are. Adria Radar, Speedbird 74 Bravo with you at flight level 370. Squawk 1000, Speedbird 74 Bravo. So what we have to do is come in here. So this is going to be busy. We've contacted him, sorry, at the right time. We've now got a squawk code, so we should, in theory, be squawking 1000, so he should see us. So we should be identified. We've got a little bit of time yet. We're not going to top of descent probably for another 17 minutes, so he'll probably just leave us alone for a little while. And then we'll get descent altitudes and possibly Adria Radar was that for Speedbird 74 Bravo, not 74 Papa? Yep, Oklux 1 Zulu arrival, Speedbird 74 Bravo. So we got direct, so let's go in here. Oklux direct. Oklux direct. Okay, so we got direct there, just shaved a little bit of time. Not a lot. Just keep an eye on that. It is going to be busy, so I may go a bit quiet here because we are going to have to listen out for our code. It's good though. Keeps you on your toes. Don't be afraid of it. You know, you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Let's just check. 1550, just let's update this. 120 now at 7 knots. Plus 13 is still the same. QNH is 1015. So I'm just going to go back in here. Let's go to performance page. Let's go next phase. QNH is the same, so it's 120 at 7. Just a small change, but it's better just to keep on top of it. Transition is going to be flight level 100, so at 10,000 feet, flight level 100, we will change to the local QNH, which is 1015. So it looks like Split itself is quiet in terms of arrivals, but it's getting busy in terms of those getting ready to take off, and I suspect that's people on the ground ready for the training event, which is happening in about 50 minutes. So I'm praying we get on the ground before that starts. There's not that many flying into Split at the moment. So we're making good time actually, we're okay. So there's our arrival. We're now direct to Oklax, and then we're going to make our way down to Okrov before we turn right to Sierra Papa 622, and then left to Chemix, and then we'll start our approach straight in to runway 05 on the ILS. So okay so far. I just hope we get to descend in plenty of time. Four tons of fuel, no ECAM warnings, everything's looking good. And there are a couple of holds if we need them. So we've got one at Chemix. So there is a right hand hold at Chemix. 3,000 feet we've got to be at. Outward bound track 222 and inward at 042. So if we do get really stuck, we'll ask to enter the right hand hold. I'm praying we won't. But so far, touch wood, it's looking alright. So let's hope we get on the ground. Get on the ground in one piece, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Let's go on quiet. So we come in. I'm just looking at very quickly as the airport chart. So what happens is we'll come in on 05, but there's no way we'll get off at Bravo. So we're going to have to come right down the end, turn around and then back off at Bravo. Where's the taxi stands? Oh, sorry, the stands. And we'll take one of these stands here. So let's put that there ready, because no doubt. So he's just given, what he's done is given us a shortcut, so we're not going to Nupso, Oklax direct. Yeah. So about 8,000 feet. Ignore that. What I was going to say was 8 minutes. We'll be descending. So about 7 minutes, 7 mates. Yeah, so about. So, what I was saying was, we should be starting our descent in about 7 minutes' time. I've just had a thought, and I hope you can hear the Vatsim. I've just suddenly dawned on me. Oh, please be able to hear it. Oh dear. I've just realised you can't hear the Vatsim, and I can, so apologies for that. I've got the output coming through my headphones. That's not helpful, is it?
So confirm you would like to rerouting? No, you guys we're running it out. I think we're to the west now.
There we go.
Okay, so you would like to have a heading or? No, it's okay. I'm just giving you the heads up that there is severe turbulence, moderate to severe turbulence between those two waypoints. Say again the waypoints, please. Stand by one.
So our top of descent is coming in. It's getting close. So hopefully.
Between Tango India Victor November uniform to Kilo Echo Bravo. Okay, thank you. That's noted.
Apologies that you missed the first part of all of that, Sim. You should now hear it.
Ryanair 2 with uniform distance 6000.
Come on, Speedbird 74 Bravo needs to descend.
Where are you heading to, Ryanair 2 with uniform? We were cleared to Exxon earlier, which is at now at your 2 o'clock position.
Apologies, I think Lunan still. I'll head to accommodate.
Okay, you're cleared to Exxon.
Come on.
Please get Exxon. Thank you.
Our top of descent is gone.
Apologies again, Ryanair 92 Whiskey
Echo Kilo Sierra Oscar November, or you can proceed to Zulu Alpha 401. Any of those waypoints should be in your FMS.
Yeah, Ethan, Zulu Alpha 401 heading there now.
Okay, it's clear to Zulu Alpha 401, and yeah, descend 5,000 feet.
5,000 for Ryanair 19 Pacific. Thank you.
Speedbird 74 Bravo, confirm you on the voice.
Yep, Speedbird 74 Bravo.
Speedbird 74 Bravo, descent flight level 200.
Flight level 200, Speedbird 74 Bravo.
Speedbird 74 Bravo, if you wish, you can proceed to Irbul next Sierra Papa 401 for the procedure ILS 05.
Yep, direct to Able, Speedbird 74 Bravo.
I am Mexico, and flight level 350 to series of Roger.
Able?
And if possible, we are to proceed to the final first flight level. Turkish 3 Victor Alpha, unable for now, crossing traffic on 36. Wait, yeah, you can make it, just climb 370 with a rate of 1,000 or more, please. Roger. Speedbird 407, good afternoon, Adria Radar, Fox 7033. 7033, Speedbird 407. Adria Radar, Wayne 144 at Lima, Delta Sierra Papa, steady, requesting...
It's going to be close, this is, because we're way, way above where we need to be.
Runway 1244, taxi and line up runway 05 by Alpha, backtrack is approved. Taxiing and line up on runway 05 by Alpha,
Let's
backtrack.
see what happens.
Lufthansa 7 Tango Papa, welcome to Belgrade via Alpha and Golf taxi stand Alpha 3. Alpha Golf to Alpha 3. Sierra 5 Kilo Oscar Victor on final for Maribor runway 3 to Sierra Oscar Victor. Sierra Oscar Victor runway 32 clear to land with 210 degrees 12 knots. Clear to land Sierra Oscar Victor.
Hmm.
902 with uniform stand 4,000 feet.
I'm not quite sure what's gone on here.
Good evening, Adria 19000 at Belgrade, requesting FIPS to destination Ljubljana.
Clear off Oclax.
Adria Radar, some nice music you have in the background. You clear destination Ljubljana, 2 Charlie departure, runway 12
There we go.
6,000 feet, Oak 5314.
More drag. Speed brake armed. Let's just check that. Looks nice. Okay. We've got our flaps out, just trying to slow down a little bit, but it's not working at the minute.
Ryan 902 with uniform descent 3,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 04, report established.
Still some way to go. We're okay at the moment. But there's the Adriatic coast ahead of us.
Speedbird 74 Bravo, descend 120, flight level 120.
Yeah, 120 for Speedbird 74 Bravo.
Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo, requesting startup and confirm there's no pushback here. Ryanair 6 Alpha Echo, confirm stands are self-maneuvering, so startup is approved. QNH 1017. Startup approved, QNH 1017 for Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo.
Coming back on now, look. Green light coming back up. Stay on that profile. There's the Adriatic ahead of us. We're going to come out and then turn in. Should be over here somewhere. Just coming on the map now. There we go. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm not going to make the constraint.
Adria 195, confirm you on voice.
Adria Radar, Adria 195, radio check please.
Reading 5.
So Adria 195, clear destination Ljubljana via Pilatov Saturday departure, initial time 2000 feet is 45314.
Adria 195, ATC clearance, copy, correct.
So we just turned our landing system on just to give us a little bit of help. Speed brake is out, which we do know.
Running 2 whiskey uniform, cleared for visual approach runway 04, report final. Adria Center, good evening.
I'm not sure we're going to get down on the ground on here, you know.
Swiss 308, good day, Adria Radar squawk 5204.
I hope so, but I'm not.
Speed bird 7, 4 Bravo, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1015, speedbird 74 Bravo.
Ryanair 1244, confirm ready. Ryanair 144, ready for takeoff.
Let's just come up here, turn the lights on because it's going to get busy quickly.
Takeoff. Wind is 120 degrees, 7 knots. Alright, 05, clear for takeoff. Ryanair 1244. Jordanian 111, hello again. Adria Radar identified. Squawk 7770.
Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo, requesting taxi.
Ryanair corrections 56 Alpha Echo, taxi and line up runway 18, report ready for departure.
Taxi and lining up runway 18, report ready for departure, Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo.
Ryanair 2 whiskey uniform, runway 04, clear to land, wind is 250 degrees, 5 knots.
Adria, Iger 635.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we were just wondering, will our arrival be with yourself or will it be our own discretion, either 6
Yeah, I will be controlling you until you land at Ohrid Lima Whiskey Oscar Hotel, so it is within my airspace.
Roger, thank you very much. Just for planning, question, Iger 6
It's going to be busy, people.
If there is anything you would like to do, Iger 638 at Ohrid, you can tell me, so we can arrange that.
No worries, we'll keep you updated, Iger 638.
Ryanair 18 Victor Romeo, shortly UMS base after to South Victor Alpha, leaving my space money to Unicorn 1.
Get told off for speeding in a minute. Performance page. Let's just activate.
Runway 1244, radar contact, climb flight level 200. Landing side level 200, runway 1244. CP Bird 7 for Bravo, distance 2,800 feet via Earpool, cleared island, Zulu runway 05, report established.
Yeah, cleared. Runway 05 Zulu. Report established. 2,800 feet.
Adria Radar today, Iberia to Lima Mike. Are you covering Louisiana Airport?
Affirm. Hello, Iberia 3 Lima Mike. Adria Radar, are you ready to copy clearance?
What's this? Iberia to Lima Mike.
Iberia 3 Lima Mike, cleared to Madrid via Montreal 1 Zulu departure 30. Climb initially 6,000 feet, squawk 5302.
So, flaps 1.
Cleared Madrid, Montreal 1 Zulu departure.
Start our first turn.
Feet by squawk 520. Could you repeat the squawk once again?
Let's get down quick, shall we?
Iberia 3 Lima Mike, of course. Your squawk is 5302.
Squawk 5302, Iberia to Lima Mike.
Flaps 2.
Copied correctly.
Speed brake armed.
56 Alpha Echo ready at runway 18. Right, 56 Alpha Echo, runway 18, clear for takeoff. Wind 170 degrees, 2 knots. Runway 18, clear for takeoff, right in 56 Alpha Echo.
Where am I going? Oops.
Ryanair 92 Whiskey Uniform, yeah, you can take a standoff for your own discretion, thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks for all the help. Sorry for screwing us over there.
No worries. Station calling me?
Good afternoon, Croatia 255, Pittsburgh Pool Airport, radio check please.
Croatia 255, Del Baghdad, Ivama, Adria Radar, DDU, loud and clear.
I clear you 505, Croatia 255.
Might get into a spot of trouble because I've just cut off a corner.
Croatia 255, runway is on request at Pula, wind 160 degrees north, would you like 09027?
27 is okay.
Croatia 255, Roger, stand by. Okay, you can stand by, I will make you clearance ready for you. Apologies.
Okay.
Flaps 3.
Croatia 255, you're ready to copy?
Affirmative, ready to copy, Croatia 255.
I think we cut the corner off.
Clear to Sarajevo via Lima Oscar Sierra 1 Quebec departure. After Lima Oscar Sierra proceed to Zulu Delta Alpha. Climb initially 6,000 feet, squawk 5205.
Clear to destination. Sarajevo departure and to 7 departure, Losin 1 Quebec. After Losin direct to Zadar. Climb to 6,000 feet, squawk 5205, Croatia 255.
Croatia 255, feedback correct. Your startup is approved. QNH 1012, report when ready for taxi.
Startup approved with QNH 1013, report and ready for taxi, Croatia 255.
Adria approved Adria 195.
Ryanair 1244, climb level 290.
Okay, sorry about being quiet.
290, Ryanair 1244.
Just concentrating.
Confirm that's your final level? Confirm final level. Ryanair
Once we're established.
1244.
Phew, I think we're alright. Just waiting now. Not quite fully established, but we're on track, so fingers crossed.
Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo, radar comms, continue climb flight level 200. Continue climb flight level 200, Ryanair.
I did cheat slightly there.
Correction 56 Alpha Echo.
Didn't mean to. Good job it was quiet, because that would have got me in a spot of trouble, but never mind. We're alright. Adria Radar, speedbird 74 Bravo established on the ILS.
Speedbird 74 Bravo, runway 05 clear to land, wind is 120 degrees 7 knots.
Yeah, clear to land, speedbird 74 Bravo. So, we're clear to land, we're all set up on the ILS, lights are all on. We're not getting the checklist, which is a little bit of a concern, but I'm going to put the landing gear down. We should start to get that checklist out. I think we've got everything else set. Speed brakes, auto brake medium, landing gear down, all green, just waiting for that. 7 knots wind. Coming across right to left. Should be okay. Whew. I suppose now's the time. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Keep up to date on where we are in our European tour. Hopefully we get this down in one piece. And if you've got a suggestion of where we should go next, put it in the comments. So the good news is we're on our own. There is nobody else with us. So what a view though. Coming between the mountains. And the Adriatic look to the right. Beautiful. Pappy's 2 red, 2 white. Still got that wind though. That wind coming across us. Really posing a few problems. So we're hoping that we're not going to need to go around on this one. Things are looking okay at the moment. Keeping us on track. Haven't heard 100 above yet though. Just keep going. Auto thrust just bringing us in, gradually bringing us down. Look, 2 red, 2 white, coming over split now. Happy with the profile, not coming off. Looking good. Here we go. Still a bit high. Continue. Happy with this, speed's good.
50, 30, 20, retard.
And we're down. And it looks like we are going to come off at Bravo, you know, which I did not expect to happen. But I think we could probably, if we slow down a little bit. Go on, do it. Adria Radar, Speedbird 74 Bravo, runway vacated. Thank you very much. Yeah, stand 3, follow the marshal, Speedbird 74 Bravo.
Adria Radar, Red Cap 74, ready to check this.
Red Cap 74, ready for
Ready for descent, Red Cap 74.
flight level 300, rate of descent 1000.
Ignore that then. I can see where 3 is. It's next to that one there.
Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo, getting free climb. Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo, climb flight level 360. Climb flight level 360, Ryanair 56 Alpha Echo.
Okay, so let's get these landing lights off. Clear that. Auto brake off. Let's get the retracted. Brakes off. That's 1. I'm guessing that's 2. I'm guessing this next one over here is going to be 3. That's 2.
Adria 105, ready to depart.
Adria 105, runway 12, clear for takeoff, wind 13 degrees, 8 knots.
Clear for takeoff, 12, Adria 105.
Okay, I'm suspecting it's somewhere here. The markings are not very clear at all, but we're going to take it. And welcome to Split. Just let me disconnect from Vatsim. Disconnect. There we go. Phew. Blimey O'Reilly. Let's put the speed brake on. I'm just going to come outside. Let's take a look. And there we go. So, welcome to Split. That's the next leg of our Euros tour over and done with. Phew, that was a bit hairy with the Vatsim there. There was a lot to think about and we had to descend quite quickly. And also, we deleted some of the waypoints in here by mistake when we changed our direct. However, we got down in one piece. And yeah, where next? Let us know. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. But until next time, goodbye.